Hello everyone, this is Deepa Parekh. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Learn Anywhere, Anytime. Now let's start with question number 6, Integers, exercise 1.1 from chapter 1 of Maths book. Rita goes 20 kilometers towards east from a point A to the point B. From B, she moves 30 kilometers towards west along the same road. If the distance towards east is represented by a positive integer, then how will you represent the distance travelled towards west? By which integer will you represent her final position from A? So here also there are two questions asked. For the betterment, we have drawn a diagram, a number line which represents A, B, east and west. So now let's see from the question which will make us easy to calculate this. Okay, so let's start. Rita goes 20 kilometers towards east from the point A to the point B. So consider for the betterment and for the easiness, let us consider this A to be 0 on a number line. Okay. Now very simple calculation. Any numbers on the right hand side of the 0 are positive integers and anything on the left hand side of the 0 are negative integers. Okay, so let's see now. So here what it said, Rita travels 20 kilometers from A to B. So she travels from here to here, which is 20 kilometers, and it is a positive one. Okay, now from B she moves 30 kilometers towards west along the same road. That is, from B she moves on the same road. How much kilometers? Say 30 kilometers. Okay, so from here she moves, say suppose till here, which is said as 30 kilometers because it is coming towards on the left hand side. Okay, this is the distance which shows as 30 kilometers. Now, if the distance towards east is represented by a positive integer, that is this one, positive integer, how will you represent the distance travelled towards west? So, since east is a positive integer, the opposite side would be a negative integer. So, here, since it is travelling, the distance travelled here is 30 kilometers. We will represent it with a negative integer. Okay, so the answer for the first question is, what is the question here? How will you represent the distance travelled towards west? So the distance travelled towards west is represented by which integer? Negative integer. This is the answer for the first question. Now what is the second question? By which integer will you represent her final position from A? So now let's calculate what will be the distance travelled by, what is the difference between the distance travelled and what will be the integer of the final position. Okay, so now let's start with the statement here. Distance travelled by Rita from A to B is equals to 20 kilometers. Okay, then from B she moves towards west. So, or you can say from A to B towards east, that is 20 kilometers. Then distance traveled by Rita from B towards west is equals to 30 kilometers. Now we have got the answer for the question first one, that since it is on the left hand side, the distance traveled towards west is represented by a negative integer. Okay, so this 30 will be represented as a negative integer, which will make it minus 30 kilometers. Okay, so now therefore the total distance traveled by Rita is equals to 20 minus 30. You can either write like this, or you can also write as minus 30 plus 20. Simple, which is equals to, since there is one positive and one negative integer, one negative and one positive integer, both are represented in the same manner. Okay, so you can either calculate like this or calculate this. This was just to make it clear that you can write it either way. Okay, now since there is one negative and one positive, what we do, we find the difference between two, that is 30 minus 20 is 10, and which sign will be represented? The sign which has the bigger number. So here, which is a bigger number? 30, and it has a minus sign. So we have answered the question of the second one also. By which integer will you represent her final position from A? So by which integer are we representing? It is negative integer. So that would be a minus 10 kilometers. So 10 kilometers is the, minus 10 kilometers is the answer. I hope this is easy and this is clearly understood by everyone. I would also share more videos with more questions, with more exercises and more chapters. Request you all to please watch, and if you have not subscribed my channel, request you all to please subscribe, like and share. Thank you. Bye-bye.